actually here.
Oh, here we go, man. Right, man.
1 year and a half since we started this, hey?
It's been a journey, man.
It's
been a journey.
What's up, guys? So we're here.
We're happy to announce City Twist coming. Most of you have seen the trailers. Loads and loads and loads of you have got back to us asking questions with regards to like how it came together, what our challenges were, and so on and so on. We figured we'd get together and we'd do a little video about it, right?
We did. Thank you so much for all your amazing comments, and a lot of them have sent a lot of lovely comments and motivated us. So we're here now to answer most of your questions that you have sent.
We're feeling the love. Thank you.
We're very excited to seeing you all.
Amazing, right? Yeah. Should we see what they've got for us?
Let's see the first question. Let's hear it out.
Oh man.
It was literally like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago nearly now.
Goodness me, time passes, doesn't it? Time passes. So Bizhan and I, for those of you that don't know, we're budding actors. We met as cast on an outrageous Bollywood production, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was a Bollywood film that we were doing together, and it was with some good stars like Tiger Shroff, Kriti Sanon, and all of them. So we were there for like at least a good 45 days, wasn't it?
Felt like an eternity. in Bollywood world, that time doesn't. It's kind of like Narnia. You know what I mean? It's not quite the same as real life. But yeah, it was a great sort of point for us to meet in terms of. I don't know if anyone's been involved in Bollywood production before. It is absolute chaos, and as a result of that, you as an actor you tend to have a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
And everything kind of spawned from that lack of organisation, lack of doing stuff, lack of direction when we were on that particular set. It's kind of
so we had a lot of time for us to sit down and discuss films and passion and what I'm interested in, what Aaron's interested in, and that was how we met, which is quite interesting.
Well, like a combination of. Both our kind of like previous desires and stuff, the downtime that we had. I think boredom was definitely a stimulant on that particular occasion to start throwing ideas around, wasn't it? It was just the kind of we're sat somewhere where we don't have access to the outside world. We can't really go anywhere. We're here.
Exactly.
And I remember the moment I was just sat there kind of looking around at the chaos around us, you know, like people yelling, running around, no one quite not knowing what's happening, and I just thought, I could do this. And I actually said it out loud, and sat next to me was Bizhan, who kind of looked at me and just said, I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
You remember the conversation?
Yeah.
Should we do it? Let's make a film.
Let's make a film.
All right. What's the film be about?
To be honest with myself, I've always wanted to play a character like the character I've played in City Twist. So it's always been like a passion for me to play like a lead character with action and emotions and all of that. And when we were putting the story together, it's amazing how it started. It all started off a set.
Oh, do you not remember all the before we actually put the film together? We were doing all those fight sequences and stuff. Like we were watching Tiger Shroff having a fight in a ring sort of thing. All these highly trained professional martial artists and stage fighters and the rest of it, and we just kind of got a bit of fight envy, didn't we? And we were doing all those little
videos. I'm very, very like a big fan of creating little short videos. So while I was on set, we were making our own little films. When we were in the Bollywood set, we started filming some action scenes between us actually as well on the set. And then once we were doing all of this, the videos were coming out quite good. We were like, no, we could take this further. We could do this bigger, didn't we?
And people were excited. There was a point where like. Because word got out about videos, and there was about 50 casts and like 200 extras every day, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I remember there were points where people were like waiting their turn to do their like fight thing. But yeah, goodness me, it seems like a long time ago now.
It has.
Definitely didn't think it would come this far. For sure, man, for sure. So excited. The title itself, just came about by. It needed to have a title. And I actually remember I wasn't 100% on the name City Twist, but at the very beginning, it didn't matter. But it's a weird thing where, like, you know, you spend so much time referring to something as this thing, like naturally it just becomes that thing. So to then like go back and give it a different name just felt a little bit wrong, if anything. And the project itself is a great sort of for me anyway. The meaning of the project is a reminder of the ability that we all have to take action and do what we want to do. Exactly. And not obsess about barriers, about reasons we can't do things, and so on. I mean, ultimately, we decided to make a film. It could have been bad, it could have been good, it could have been indifferent, but we would have never known if we hadn't done it. It would always have stayed as a hypothetical in our head. And we, you know, you meet far too many people with coulda, woulda, shoulda stories and stuff. You know, just didn't want to be one of those. And to answer your question, that's kind of what this particular project means to me. Is just kind of, you know what, this is us taking action and following something that we want to do, rather than have people convince us that, you know, we need this equipment, we need this budget, we need to work with this size crew, we need this amount of time, we need whatever. So that's what it means for me. What about yourself?
Yeah, exactly. You've covered all the points, but the title itself...
Sorry, I threw you in there. I gave a big long answer. No. Now you go. Sorry.
All the points have been covered, but the title itself, City, the whole film is filmed in City of London, so the city itself covers London. And twist, in the film, there's many twisters that you'll see. Okay. I guess I wouldn't be able to say so much because you'd need to watch the film.
Watch it now on Amazon Prime. Ooh.
I would say my character is very loyal. He's
loyal.
Yeah. Oh. He's loyal to everyone. Loyal to his girl. Loyal to his person he works with. Loyal to his neighborhood. Loyal to his community. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, Robert's got a few characteristics, hasn't he? But rich, ruthless. Now, do you know what? I'm gonna go boss.
Oof.
Boss covers it all, doesn't it?
It does cover it all. Yeah. I'm sure they've already seen it in the trailer. Like,
that's it. Yeah.
Boss feeling. Boss. We've got boss here.
Boss. Loyal. No, I'm really nice. Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, like we're humans. You know, we're using ourselves, our own experiences to communicate this story. So obviously you're going to use like your experiences of emotions and so on, like how you interact with people. It's going to be a bit of crossover. Yeah. I mean, of course, Robert is an excellent dresser. He loves to live a luxurious life. He has a passion for beautiful women. So no, to answer your question, I am nothing like Robert. What about you? Are you similar to Bizhan?
Bizhan's character,
Apart from his name,
yeah. He's quite a sweet guy. He's very loyal. He's happy. He's loved by everyone, and he likes to do good things to the community. So yeah, I feel like I see a lot of resemblance with the character Bizhan.
Yeah, you are very like him, aren't you? You got the zero haters type vibes. Yeah.
We'll let the audience judge that.
Yeah. That's it. Watch the film all on Amazon Prime and do let us know what you think.
Well, the first obstacle being the producer and being part of the basically director and producer kind of thing.
You mean being on both sides of the camera?
Sides of the camera, yeah. The biggest obstacle we had, I think, was budget. Because if a film has like a big budget, you see all these Bollywood films that took 45-50 days to film one scene. When we had a very, very minimal time to do things because of how much we could have spent. Just even like travel expenses, you know, all of these like food expenses, clothes and everything. It all adds up. So I think our main struggle was budget. And what were you going to say? Sorry.
And I think the point with budget isn't necessarily the case that it gets things
compromised.
It gets things done better, but compromise is a good word. It's about control. If we did have that budget, we could allocate a block of time. This is when things are happening. This is who it's happening with, and it then earns you the right to kind of control that project over that period, rather than kind of waiting for gaps in the universe to run through.
Yeah.
But I mean, there were lots of challenge. I mean, from day one. I mean, you remember turning up to film that bit in Canary Wharf. We talked about it for ages. We'd finally convinced ourselves to do it. We turned up on the day. We'd rented a car. We had other actors involved. We turned up to Canary Wharf to film on the day, and it's raining.
Yeah.
And like quite instantly, I mean, we looked at each other, and there was no hesitation. There was no way we weren't going to film that day. Yeah. And we'd never filmed in the rain before, so we were kind of curious to find out what was happening. And it was kind of like, do you know what? If we have to reshoot it, we have to reshoot it. Yeah. But we're here. We're dressed. We're psyched. Let's do this. Let's do it. And we used the footage, didn't we?
We did, and the footage came out really nice.
But we didn't manage to get all the bikini girls in there because of the rain. It just felt a bit false, a bit forced, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there were the challenges the whole way through it as well. There's a few times with sort of like permissions and head offices and people getting back to us with stuff and people kind of questioning like the information that we had been given and so on as well. I mean, it was just people doing their jobs, so it was nobody. There was nothing sinister going on. There was no one trying to cut corners. It was just another one of these little communication challenges when you're trying to fix things when you're live filming on the day and stuff. It's things you learn, and I think that itself touches on, for me, like probably the biggest challenge was learning on the job. So we were planning a project that would never seen through before. We were sort of trying to guess what problems we're likely to be and stuff. And so it did mean that, I mean, I traditionally have been like a big planner, but this has taught me a lot about sort of rolling with the punches and thinking on your feet, and do you know what, we're going to do a last minute scene change, or do you know what, I'm just going to change up the script just before, or, you know, it's just kind of given us, it's maybe a lot more flexible in terms of sort of managing a project.
Another struggle was getting everybody's availabilities, actually, because a lot of us had other jobs as well as acting, so it was more like getting checking your schedule, checking my schedule, checking the other, like Megan's schedule, and then putting it all together to adjust it for the shoot. There was this one scene, right? We were filming in Portobello Market, I believe. And it was just me chasing around 5-6 guys in a suit.
That was it, yeah.
And we had the security try to stop the crowd coming into our scene. But yet again, there was so much people crowded up. And when I started running, there was a few people run after me thinking something has happened here.
Oh, even though the security veg guys thinking someone nicked an apple. Or like.
Yeah, that was very, very memorable for me, to be honest. Like the whole market started like wondering what's happening here. Even though we did put the signs up that we're shooting here and it's a film and everything. We had security to stop them, but yet again, we had a lot of people standing around that day.
Yeah, man, that was
one of my memorable scenes.
I wonder what people would have thought, like, because you were chasing like all these like grown men in suits. I wonder what they thought was going on. This guy's crazy. Like, he's outnumbered. He's like, because some of them are like big guys as well, weren't they? Like,
very big guys.
Yeah. No, I actually on that filming day, I had a real moment, like when, and in fact, it was that bit when you're running around the corner, you came to the edge and you did that kind of like sort of look for them sort of thing, and then dispersed in the crowd. On that bend bit, whilst we were filming, I looked at the corner and there was like loads of people, like just public, like just stood there waiting for us to finish our scene, like, and some of them were like taking pictures and filming stuff, and you know, just being excited about what's going on in front of them type thing, and that just made me think like, oh, we're making a movie. And in a similar kind of way, there was do you remember the days we did in was it Misty Nights?
Yes, it was.
The club scene. Yeah. There was a point where, because there was like, I think we had like 30 actors that day, didn't we? It was probably our biggest cast day.
Biggest day, yeah.
I remember there was a moment and things were getting organised for the scene, and you know, your man's over there getting putting a smoke machine together. These guys are like rehearsing lines. Makeup artist is doing the special effects. She was doing that like thingy scars.
The glass bottles.
The point is, like, you just sort of like looked around the room, and there's like, you know, like over 30 people there, all getting on with stuff.
And for citytwist.
All because of like stuff of that. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got like functions right now because of this, and I think that was probably the first point that it felt like a real thing for me. I know we'd filmed a few days before that, but that was the first kind of like, bleep, this is happening, man. This is and again, it was another one of those kind of moments for me, man. So like,
it's like something how it started being on a Bollywood set, just discussing an idea,
messing about, just throwing ideas on the table, like
turning it into reality. I guess anything that you have passion for is possible, but you shouldn't give up, and you should stay dedicated to your passion and stay consistent and try to make it happen. Then saying, I will do it, you should do it, kind of feel. You know? No,
I agree, man. I agree, and it's one of these things as well, because it reminds me of like, I don't want to feel old, but these days, I know we do get really carried away with sort of pleasing other people, and that's the, you know, whether we want kind of like likes on social, or whether we want people to like you know, sort of not be mean to us, whatever the case is, we make a lot of decisions based on what other people think. And the bottom line is, if ultimately you want to do something, you do it. Like, you know, we give too much attention, too much credit to people telling us why we shouldn't do things. Oh yeah, but in step 9 and 10, you're going to encounter this problem. Well, okay, but maybe we do, maybe we don't. But let's tell you what, let's do steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first. See how we get on.
Take it
So
there's always ways.
There's always someone like convincing you can't do something, and it's generally because they can't do it, or they've convinced themselves they can't do it, or whatever.
Stay committed to your goals.
If you've got something you want to do it. Don't wait for invitations from other people.
Like you just answered this, to be honest.
Yes, we've tried to keep it very very close to reality in terms of like the way we speak, the way we react, and so on. So we're not gone too crazy with anything. And in terms of the themes, I mean, they are all relatable emotions, and it's not like we wanted it to be kind of empathetic in terms of people watch it and they're like, do you know what, I felt that about such and such before, or oh, that reminds me of the argument I had with Bobby last week, or whatever the case is. The idea was to kind of come from a point of view of relatability.
Especially nowadays, where the films have come so unrealistic now. When you watch it, it's like they're flying cars into the moon and all sorts of stuff. So it's like it's not. It's much more relatable as well with our scenes and film.
It's not a Marvel movie. Not that there's anything wrong with my man. I'm going to get sued, mate. What a wonderful start to a film career, right? This is they're sued by Marvel, and who was the other one we slated? On Netflix. Anyway. Oh, that was ages ago. People have forgotten. The main sort of mission statement, if you like, to take away from the film in my eyes is, I don't want to give too much away about the kind of plot itself for those of you that haven't seen it yet, but we all generally have a quite clear idea of what we want, where we want to be, normally the sort of person that we want to be as well, and we have this idea that you have to reach this very very specific goal in order to feel this feeling of success. But the actual reality of it is a little bit different, in my experience anyway. Like, the landscape changes, the world changes, people change. And so the factors that you tend to base your goals and aims on are moving all the time. So to answer your question in a more sort of concise way, things around you do change. And so in order to get to where you want to be, you have to be prepared to roll with the punches.
What I would say they should take from this is something outside the film. Once they've finished watching the film, to acknowledge that two people were sitting in a Bollywood set, working for like 45 days, as well as they had a passion for themselves, and they sat down and came up with this idea of a film called City Twist, and they went out of their way, filmed it, edited it, published it, had a cinema release, have it on Amazon Prime. I think that's much of a bigger achievement than that itself as well. So I want them to take that on board and be like, it's possible, you know. We could do it.
Yeah,
they could do it.
I suppose we didn't. If either of us were not 100% on it, I don't think it would have happened, would it?
No, it wouldn't have. And that's the best part. The team has been great. Teamwork makes dream work.
The dream work, yes.
So you can watch City Twist on Amazon Prime. There is 2 versions of it actually. So you can watch it dubbed in Farsi, Persian, Dari, as well as in English, which is the original language of the film.
This is the kind of time for it, I suppose, isn't it? Because I've done all this promo stuff and kind of the premieres being. There's nothing else to put into City Twist, is there? I don't know. I suppose it depends if there's demand for it. You know, if enough people watch City Twist,
and enough people give a lot of love and support to it, then we'd have to, wouldn't we?
I suppose our hands would be tied then, right? If Amazon came to us with big budget or Netflix,
or if any of you guys that's watching this wants to sponsor us,
absolutely,
we're more than happy to take it on board and start.
Oh yeah, if we got a check or lots and lots of requests, no, but I think on a serious note, I definitely want to make more films. Super like passionate about this now. Learned so much, got so much more to learn as well. I struggle to see how we're not going to make more films. Whether it follows on storyline wise or not, don't know. That's going to depend on how popular City Twist is.
Well, guys, I hope you've enjoyed us answering most of your questions, and it was a pleasure for us to answer most of their questions, wasn't it?
100%, man.
Great to.
No, great question. It shows us that you guys are interested. I'm glad for those of you that have watched us watched the stuff already. Fantastic. Thanks for the support. Thanks for all the positive messages. Really grateful for all the really nice questions and that as well.
Yeah, keep supporting us, guys, and we're out.
Fantastic. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.